Hello friends, till now we have understood various Python data types, but in real-world problems we often need to convert one data type into another. This process is called as typecasting or type conversion. In this video, we will learn it using practical examples. Now let's see what is typecasting. Typecasting is simply means changing the data type of a value. For example, if you have a number over here x equal to 10 and I want to convert it to the a text, then simply by using the string data type I can convert it. Python make it very easy to do this operation. Now let's first talk about implicit type conversion. Implicit means automatic. Python itself decide which data type should be used. When we add n to integer and a float, Python automatically converts the result into float to avoid a loss of data. Now let's see by a practical example more over the details about implicit type conversion. Let me open the PyCharm window over here. I'm creating a new file called as an implicit. Okay. Now I'm typing a small code of snippet over here, and then I will explain line by line what I'm doing exactly and what is this implicit operation exactly do in Python. I'm defining a variable a is equals to 10 and another variable b equal to 20.30. Then I'm putting another variable over here c is equals to a. I'm doing the addition operation over here right now, and then I want to print the output of C as well. Okay, now if I save it and then I try to run it, the same file, implicit, I can see the output is showing 30.3. Why? Because, but I'm not aware about why this treated as a float exactly. Why? Because if we do addition of integer and a float number, then we get an output as a float value. If I want to see not only just the output of the C, also the type of C, then I will get to know that it is an float data type. Why? Because in Python, if we do addition between integer and float number, then at that time Python treat to not to make a data loss over there. That's why it convert that data type to a float data type. So this is all about the implicit type conversion. Now let's move to explicit type conversion. Here we clearly tell Python which data type we want to use it. We do it by using the built-in functions like integer, float, string, and bool. Okay, now let's see by a practical example, explicit type conversion. We have already seen in theory like what is exactly the explicit data type. So I'm creating a file over here to explain it well better with the example. I'm creating a file with the name explicit. Now I'm writing a small code of snippet over here. Just bear with me. I will explain the code, what I'm doing and about how it's work exactly. I'm defining a variable x is equals to in single quote 100. Then I'm using another variable and converting the x value, which I have already used as a string that I want to convert into the integer. I am using the int function over here and using that x as a variable to convert it. If I want to print the value of y and the type of y, then I can use the print function. If I'm going to save it, in similar way, it's just not the y value I want to print it, I will print the x value as well. And then we will see how the difference varies between the code. Let me try to run it right now. Python explicit.py. Now let's see. Earlier, x value is in the string str. Now, once I have converted it to the integer, then I'm printing the y and the y type of y. It is going to be an integer. Means see, we have like converted the string data type into the integer. And in similar way, we can also convert that the string value to the float data type as well. So like I'm keeping another variable. I'm using the float function, and in a similar way, if I'm going to print the same thing for this right now with the z value and saving it. If I run it right now, I can see 100.0 float data type is printed. That's why because I have already converted that x value, which is a string value earlier, but this time I have like converted into the float data type. So this is exactly how the explicit data type works in Python. Let's now see first the conversion between complex Boolean and string. In Python, we also can convert between complex number, Boolean, and string, but we have to make it quite sure about and rules and regulation of the Python data types. Now, let's see by a practical example the conversion of complex Boolean and string data types. So let me just try to create a file over here, which is named as a conversion. Okay, now I will explain each of them one by one with a small code of snippet over here right now. I'm creating a bunny variable, which is a, and assigning a value like 10 over here, and creating that variable, another variable specifically, which I want to convert that a value to a complex expression. So using a complex function, and that value of variable a, I'm putting over here, and then I want to show it on the terminal as well. So by using the print command, I'm printing the b and the type of that b. Okay, so before executing this code right now, let me just quickly fix this indentation. I think so. Okay, let me just save it again, and before running execution, I will try to explain it. Yeah, over here I have like put a equal to 10, b equal to complex of a. So basically I'm converting the integer value to a complex expression. Why? Because I'm using the complex function over here. It will not just print the 10, it will also include, as the complex itself is in combination of real and imaginary part. So it will print 10 plus 0j as an like b value over here, and then the type of b will be the complex one. Let me just try to execute the first code right now. See, what I'm saying is that the correct output that we are getting. So this is a complex conversion that we can do it. Now let's jump to another example, that is the Boolean conversion. I'm taking an variable x equals to 0. Then if I try to print type of x and type of print x value and type of x. And after that, if I want to use the Boolean operation over here, I use the bool keyword and then do the same thing. Then if I use another variable y equal to 10, and I'm using the print of y. In the similar manner that I do for x, I'm doing similar for y as well. Now let me just try to explain the code over here. In Python, I'm using a variable x and assigning a value 0. Whenever in Boolean expression conversion, whenever any variable contains a 0, that means it is a false condition for the bool. If any variable contains some specific value, then that variable is having some value. So bool treat that as an some value, so it will be true over here. Let me just try to quickly run the code. I'm just commenting the first code over here to see the result of next code. And if I run it again, see 0 is printed. Why? Because over here we have already printed the thing and checking the type of x. X is an integer data type. That's why it's print the 0 and the integer data type. But in the next value, we are using the conversion bool of x and type of x. Here it is integer itself, but in the boolean, as it does not contain any value, so that's why it print as in false and then the integer value. In similar manner, we have like use a y variable and having some value. It printing the value of that y, and the type of variable will be integer. But in the next line, if you use the print bool of y and type of y will be the type of y will be integer, but as the variable contains certain some values, so that's why it's print the true value over here. Now let's talk about the third conversion, that is the string conversion. I'm just commenting this code right now. Another variable that I'm using it right now, num, is equals to 1, 2, 3. If I want to convert this 1, 2, 3 into a string data type, then I can use another variable over here and using a string operation str of num. Okay, if I want to print the value of a and a, type of a, so it will print 1, 2, 3, but the type will be in the str right now. If I similarly want to show the difference, I'm going to print the num and the type of num as well. So see, it will print 1, 2, 3 integer and another 1, 2, 3 string. See over here, this is the third conversion between all this the conversion that we are going to discuss it right now. That's all. So friends, till right now we have like seen the implicit and explicit type conversion with a practical coding example. Now in the next video, we will explore Python operator and expression, which are the core of real Python programs. If you found this helpful, like the video, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more Python tutorial. See you in the next video.